Good afternoon, Strat fans. Colonel Strat here. So, today is going to be my first Let's Play for Victoria 3. Now, we're going to start a new game, and I'm going to go for an economic dominance today. And I feel like playing the United States. Good old US of A. So we're going to try to conquer the world through economic means. Now I do have a few mods enabled on this playthrough. They're mostly just like little quality of life mods, like improving automation, improving like giving me more access to information. I want it to be as close to the vanilla experience as possible for you guys, so you guys can get a good look at how Victoria 3 plays. Now, at the time of recording this video, not a lot of you have watched my Victoria 3 So You Want to Play video. I will highly recommend that video here to better understand how Victoria 3 plays as we go on through the playthrough. Alright, so check into the journal entries to see what we have to do. So as the U.S., we have Texan statehood and the slavery debate. So these are going to be crucial to our path as a country. But let's look at how our industry is and how our country is as we start. So we have a pretty small amount of bureaucracy, decent amount of income actually, just base, because we have a lot of states with different resources already producing. So we have a lot of infrastructure starting on the East Coast. Not a lot of industry though, and in fact Florida seems very underdeveloped, but that makes sense historically, because I think it was just gained from the Spanish not too many years ago. And all of this will be very undeveloped as well. And we do have Indian nations bordering us: the Sioux, the Pawnee, Comanche. You know, all of these ones, the Ute, Navajo, but there is also Texas is at war with Mexico right now. Mexico will become a player against us in the coming days. We are establishing colonies in these Indian nations, which is going to probably lead to some blows later on. Our GDP is pretty good. We're ranked 6th out of the world, but our standard of living is pretty abysmal. But it's good, better on the East Coast. On the East Coast, we have a lot more higher standard of living, only by a couple points. But we do have some nice modifiers in New York, Pennsylvania. These modifiers are going to come in handy with helping us produce things here. So these are what you look at when you look at expanding industries, is look for these modifiers, because then you're going to be able to get more of these industries. So like here, lumber and whaling. So if I'm to produce more of these and more lumber, I should look at producing industries that benefit from those increased productivity. Okay, we have disappearing interests. What interest is disappearing? Wonder. Probably our interests down here are disappearing. The Great Plains. Okay. Great Plains is disappearing. We should try to fix that, because we want to expand into the Great Plains. So I will take Brazil out so I can declare the Great Plains again. Alright, that should solve that problem. Now our first research, we start with a hefty amount researched already. I think most most countries, at least the top 10, start with a hefty amount of each tree already. Since we're going economic, I am going to focus on nitroglycerin first, and mostly focus on the production tree. Alright, now let's get into our budget, see how things are looking. Don't have any consumptions, probably add one. I'll add services. That's not what I wanted to do, come on. And, I don't know, tobacco. I think that's, again, another thing to look at when doing consumption taxes is look at your cultures and your population. So, the Yankee culture doesn't have an obsession or a taboo. So if they have an obsession, you don't want to put a consumption tax on that, because then it'll just make them, angry. A taboo is something that's, I mean, a taboo is usually a service, but both of those you want to try to not. Well, the taboo you can put a consumption tax on all taboos. If they have one, put a consumption tax on it. They won't mind a bit, because they're going to avoid that. So Dixie, nothing. Cajun, nothing. Anglo, nothing. Irish, nothing. African American, nothing. North German. I'm not seeing any obsessions, so we should be good to tax anything. Like if you're French, for example, if you have French pops, if you do a consumption tax on wine, they're gonna hate that because they have an obsession with wine. Alright, so I'll do tobacco and one more. Luxury furniture. That gives me quite a bit, and I'm going to be able to do a lot of constructions. I did add a mod that makes construction sectors easier to maintain, because I did think it was kind of punishing in the main game. So we're going to build some out here. Wyoming, Mississippi, Iowa. I think 3 is good for now. And I'm going to go into the buildings again and auto-expand all of these. Now the improved automation mod makes it to where there's more variables before the building auto-expands. Because the problem with auto-expanding, even though I suggested it in my So You Want to Play Victoria 3 video, is that when you do auto-expand, sometimes you can outreach yourself. So you don't want to do that if at all possible, because if you outreach yourself, then you're just gonna start shoveling money back in. And the goal with auto-expanding is to wait for this bar to fill up, but sometimes it'll auto-expand when it's not filled up, because if the bar is filled up, it won't cost anything to expand it. So that's a free expansion right there. So they'll queue it up into the construction queue so that it'll expand, and it won't cost you anything. They'll use the funds that are stored in the building, but sometimes it would glitch out, and it would still cost you double. So depleting the funds in the building, and then costing you, and then charging you as well. All right, so let's see, New York. I'm gonna have to increase the. How much would we have to increase it? Not too much. Not too much. So I'll plan that for an expansion. Clippers. Get an import from British. That should fix that. Alright. I think we're good to start, because we don't have that many problems. Well, I'll start real quick just to see how much we're paying for the construction. I don't think we're paying that much. Let's see though. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're starting to get some radicals. Radicals are going to be a problem that we have to try to taper off, but with the construction sectors, we can expand a lot more now. Okay, I think it's partially because of the mod will allow me to expand my construction sectors more. I am going to try to get my rural buildings up and running. If you have one in the building in there, that's all you need to have them auto-build. So you just have to get it started. And each one has a specific capacity. Now we don't want to go overextended. We don't want to overextend ourselves with money. Alright, tools. That means we have to build more tool markets. We don't have any loyalists yet. That's concerning. Oh, no, we have some now. Alright. As long as we continue to increase the standard of living by building industry buildings, we will be able to, and by increasing jobs, just by expanding things. The more you build things, the more people will work. You want to get them out of the subsistence farms and into the factories. That's the whole goal. They have a lot of support. Alright, what's new here? Inactive trait. Okay, so it's inactive. Take that off. Tools. Do another import. Chile. That should fix that problem. See, the initial game is just fixing a lot of problems as you're trying to build up your industry and construction and getting all that going. You have to deal with a lot of problems and just kind of try to taper them off. See, we already got more loyalists than radicals now, so we're looking good. We're looking decent. All right. Okay. And then we have these events pop up. Okay, President Andrew Jackson has defied the ruling of the Supreme Court or the removal of the Cherokee people to the Indian Territory. Oh no, the Trail of Tears. What does the Supreme Court's opinion matter? All we need to do is build a fire under them and then we'll move. And that's, is that even legal? There's no choice to that. I guess certain events they don't have a choice. They're just going to progress like that. And I guess the Indian removal is just something that we have to deal with. We can't change it. Then again, Georgia already starts as an incorporated state, so I kind of guessed that was going to happen. Still sucks, though. Alright, let's continue to expand. Just build, build, build. Indian removal. Okay, so settlers want the Cherokee Nation to vacate coveted land. The President has ordered the Cherokee Nation to migrate. Okay. Will complete if at least one of these. America has enacted no colonial affairs. Cherokee is not discriminated against. No Cherokee pops. Okay, so we can prevent the removal. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to prevent the removal. Cherokee people will be forced to migrate at great loss of life. So we can prevent the Trail of Tears. I'm going to try my best to do that. So So we have to abandon our colonial affairs, which I don't want to do that, because that's a lot of money in there. Cherokee is not discriminated against, so we have to figure out how to remove them from discrimination. Or guide them out. So, we either have to remove them or make them not discriminated against. So I'm going to try to make them not discriminated against. The best way to do that would be in the politics. Okay, let's see. Are there any marginalized groups? Opposition. Oh, here's Mr. Jackson himself. Old Hickory. Marginalized interest groups, trade unions. Let's see, we might have to do a law that art assembly, interventionism. We'll have to do a law like this. National supremacy. Oh, jeez. Cultural exclusion. No, that's not right. Total separation. That's good. Presidential republic, suffrage. Home affairs. Sentiment. I gotta find the right one. I'm pretty sure it's citizenship. Because right now we have racial segregation, which means they can be discriminated against. If we get multiculturalism, we'll have to ban slavery. Which again, that's a whole nother issue as well. I don't know if we can make them... We may not be able to make them non-discriminated. Can be discriminated in their culture and not accepted in the country. Pay less, have less political strength, and are more likely to emigrate. Alright, so it does say I have to change it in the laws, but I don't think that's possible right now because, like, I have too many people that are going to oppose it. We go into our population detailed list. Go to cultures. Cherokee. See, there's not like a button to click that just said stop, stop discriminating against. You have to pass a law that prevents them from doing that. And if I'm not able to do that, then we're not able to save them. I might have to, if I really want to save them, I might have to abandon colonial affairs. Which, I mean, it's not the worst. But eventually you do want, like, it's kind of the American dream to get this whole area conquered. I could abandon it right now. Like, I could abandon colonial affairs right now and then go back to it later. So, like, if I go to no colonial affairs, it just disables it. I don't think it allows me to do colonial affairs? Colonial growth. I think I still can do colonies. I don't think it prevents me from doing colonies. I'll just have to, one interest group. So what interest group? The intelligentsia. So I'll have to get them in here to be able to pass it, and then I'll try to pass it. So that's what I'll do. So go to government. Sorry, Mr. Jackson, but I'm going to reform you, and we're going to add the Whig Party in. Oh, they actually increased our legitimacy. Okay. What about the industrialists? No, just Free Trade Party does not. Evangelicalists, Armed Forces, no. Okay, so keep them out. Alright, but we'll increase our legitimacy by adding these two. That way we'll have the Whig Party in. Then we can go to this one. 18% chance to disable. So we're going to actively try to prevent the Trail of Tears. So, yeah. Good guy Jackson. I shouldn't say that. There's a reason why Native Americans won't accept his dollar bill. And you're going to see that reason today. If all goes according to plan, hopefully that won't happen. But I mean, history serves that there's a reason why why Indians don't like his dollar bill. All right, so we're just going to continue to develop these lands, add construction sectors. Our cash is really good, I have to say. I'm surprised at how strong America starts, but I shouldn't be surprised because, you know, relatively new country. There's a lot of folks. We're still getting a good amount of radicals, but we are getting a lot more loyalists, so that's good. Hopefully, we'll be able to increase that as time goes on. Always want to put a government administration down. Always want to do that whenever you can. I think I heard a special event pop. Yep, there's a special event. Oh, City of Plenty. Okay, the most prominent members of New York high society have been seen organizing luxurious parties in the new and lavish urban buildings. Alright, so this gives us like a static buff. We'll get more loyalists. I want to increase even more loyalists, so the party will never end. The more loyalists you get, the better, because, you know, they stabilize the government. Alright, so we've expanded our construction sectors quite a bit. Like I said, we're building up quite a bit of buildings. They auto-expand. When the cash reserves get up to max, they'll start to go up. The farms aren't the most profitable, but again, like a nation that doesn't have, like a nation like the US that has all these abundant resources should exploit them. Especially if we're going for an economic victory, we should exploit them. Oh, Indian territory. So that's our puppet. Oh, I think I just heard another event spark. Let's see. Okay, in Washington, the abolitionist martyrdom. An ardent abolitionist writer died in a firefight against a pro-slavery mob which had gathered in front of his house. The story has gone national and radicalized previously apathetic individuals high and low. His friend sighed, the funeral has been small lest the mob appear again in force. Ghastly. The violence of slavers must be resisted. Will change ideology. Winfield Scott will change ideology to abolitionist. Or the abolitionist agitation must be... Okay, so I want to abolish slavery, so I am going to change his ideology. Winfield Scott, I believe, is one of the... Yeah, he's one of the generals. That's Winfield Scott. Before he got all chubby. So now he's an abolitionist. So that's good, because we want more abolitionists, so that we can, you know, destroy slavery. High tensions. Colonies encroach about them. Tensions dissipate over time. You can halt colonial expansion temporarily to not provoke the population further. And reduce the chance of a native uprising. Okay, so I think what I should do is, how do I halt my... Oh, okay, establish a colony in Minnesota. I might have to pause if there's a lot of tension. Well, there's decay. There's decay over the weeks. I have to make sure that I'm producing things though, like building buildings everywhere. Need to exploit everything I can, including the construction sectors. In fact, I should probably put the construction sectors higher on the list. Alt-click. Alt-click. Get them to the top. Because they need to be... The more construction sectors you have, the faster you can produce things. You know, obviously. So... Montana. And all these colonies just have nothing in them. We want to slow down the expansion. And our standard of living is going up, so we are going to get more loyalists than radicals, naturally. Alright, let's see here. Indian removal. Okay, so coerce them at bayonet point, offer some assistance for their journey. So we could do the historical path. I don't want to do that. I would offer some assistance, paying for removal, more for government expenses. Some Cherokee will die along the way. Well, this is the historical path. Again, I don't have a choice, but the better choice would be to go for the assistance. See, historically, they offered assistance, but it was by bayonet point, so... I will offer some assistance along the way. I don't care if it gives me an extra 2K or so. I can afford the expense and don't want to lose any people. New founded parties, the Progressive Party. That's the abolitionists, I believe. We have an election coming up. Democratic Party, Progressive, and the Whig Party. Democratic and the Progressive are at neck and neck right now. Alright, expand our mining industries in Virginia. Alright. Canada is wary of us because we did have a war with the British. 1812 was not too long ago. Alright, so we're moving naturally along. Got ourselves up a little bit, improving a little bit of the standard of living. Our main goal is to get as much construction sectors produced as possible. Because they're going to really what's going to make or break our economy. The more construction sectors we get, the faster we can build everything. The faster we can build everything, the more money we get, the more people get jobs, and the more our standard of living will go up. Alright, so let's see. Market's looking pretty good right now. Tobacco is a little expensive, but again, as America, we don't have to worry about a lot of market stuff because we can pay. We can grow our own stuff. We just have to worry about our political division, because that could burn us if we don't, take it easy on the slavers and take it easy on the Indians. It could burn us in the early game because we don't have a big military. Okay, the Finney Provisio. Charles Finney, leader of the evangelicalists, has proposed outright prohibiting slavery in all our western territories. Some opponents demand simple moderation, but others are demanding legalization of slavery in all new territories. Alright, this will be the first major move. Now, of course, we want to remove slavery. It's a black stain, and it gives us too many debuffs as well. So we want to move towards, more true capitalistic ways. So if we reject him and remain state by state, there'll be a little bit of interest group disapproval. If we accept him, only the southern planters are unappeased, which they have a good chunk of the government right now. If we reject him and expand it, everyone else will be displeased. So I feel like the best way to do it would be either to accept or reject, because then we'd only have a little bit and remain state by state. And that's the historical path, but I kind of want to play it a little rough, because that doesn't seem too bad. That means we'll just be down to 3. They'll still approve us, because we don't abolish it for them. But yeah, I'm going to accept it, because that's step 1 on the road to abolishing slavery. Again, it's a delicate issue because of how, like, when we're taking control of the U.S. Like, right now, all of these southern states are heavily reliant on them. So we can't just... They see it as an attack on them if we just abolish it outright. And then we'll just have to deal with a civil war. And we're not ready for that yet. Not ready for the civil war as of yet. We will be soon, because I don't think it's going to be avoidable. I will try to avoid it. You know, channel my inner Lincoln to try to avoid it, but I don't feel like it's going to be possible. It's going to... The game makes it to where it's very hard to deviate from the historical path, but it is possible. It is possible if you want to really try. You just got to put in the work. Won't worry about military buildings until we've got a decent money flow coming in. Already starting to see a rise in prices, but we are seeing a rise in radicals too. That's probably not good. We're going to have to decrease that. We're still getting more loyalists than radicals, but... Well, no we're not, actually. We're actually getting more radicals now. I think it's just because of the approval issues. Okay, campaign financing. Some money can be spared. I don't know if I want the Democratic... state funding campaigns. Let's give every let's give every party, because I mean the Democratic Party, it's the best one to stay with, but I feel like if we want to deviate towards abolitionist ideals, we'll have to let another party take over. So I'll do every party. Alright, so we have a bit more radicals. And I think that's mostly due to the I don't think it's due to the standard of living, even though it's not going up that much right now. I think it's mostly due to there's been a meant as a routine speech about the merits of no colonial affairs by Henry Clay. Old folk proposal, enacting a success chance. Waiting for the setback. Yeah, I'll do that one so I don't put the see, that's what I was talking about. There's random events that could put the success chance back or forward. It's really all about, you know, trying to get to appease people. Ooh, that's nasty. That is not a good look right now. We need to increase the standard of living, or I think it's due to this. Yeah, I think it's due to us trying to enact this to save the Indians. The faster we can produce these buildings, the more we'll have people go up. We'll have standard of living go up, and we'll be able to reduce these radicals. Now, we're not, like I said, you can't avoid getting radicals. You just got to learn how to deal with them. So, okay, so that fixed all of that issue. So we have more construction now. Election, the Whig Party, Democratic Party, Election results are in. Okay, so who won? I think the Whig Party won. Free government reform. Yep, Henry Clay is the new president. The Whig Party. He's a pacifist, expert, meticulous. Ooh, he's a really good bureaucrat. So, if we reform, can't add in the armed forces. I want to, because Winfield Scott, the Progressive Party, is probably the best way to go for, you know, abolishing slavery. I think so. I think, right? Yeah, he's an abolitionist. So the more we have, because like the Southern Democrats are slavers. Oh, okay. So the Evangelist abolitionist as well. He's a moderate. We can't get the industrialists in. So, all right. We have a lot of stall on that. Yeah, Whigs are in. Alright, I think the Southern Democrats are the ones. Oh, yeah, authority deficit. We'll have to remove a consumption tax. That's alright. I'll remove the one on luxury furniture. Because it doesn't reduce that much. We will have to build the more government buildings. No, the government buildings increase bureaucracy. Authority has to do with more with laws. Okay. Oh shit. Well, we failed. We failed. Well, we are... Yeah, that's not going to be good. War profiteering. I need that. I need those buildings operating to increase the standard of living, because we already have gonna have a reduction in it due to the Cherokee Trail of Tears that I tried to prevent, but like I said, it's very difficult to pass a law. Oh Jesus, bleeding Iowa. Abolitionists and proponents of slavery have been pouring into Iowa, hoping to shape the territory's government. Paramilitary groups have begun committing acts of violence against each other and civilians. Okay, border ruffians cannot dictate law. Must be a free state. I'm going to keep it as a free state. Stockpiling gold. Okay, so. Hey, treasury is alright to stockpile gold, even though it does negatively affect your taxes, I think. I think that's what it does. Leading to reductions in wealth over time. But it's not too bad, because you want to have a nice reserve, I feel. Alright, we'll build administration. American South Dakota. I think we're building something in every state now. Alright, let's see. Every state. I think we have something going on. Yeah, pretty much every state. Oh, oh, well, we have stuff going on here in Pennsylvania too. New Jersey. Yeah. New York. New York has the most industry right now, so that's why it's the most happy. Because they have the most money. But we are going to expand our industries. Especially in the north, because I feel like, like I said, I feel the Civil War is unavoidable. Because the amount of radicals we're getting is just insane. And they're mostly from Southern Democrats. Alright, we'll just finish this. I think that's now we have everything expanding everywhere. Alright, so that'll do it for episode 1. We are going to continue to build construction sectors and expand our industry and really focus on expanding. Yeah, I'm going to put down at least one construction sector for every place. Yeah, that way at least we have one everywhere, and then we will expand them later on. Alright, so that's it for episode 1 on our delve into into the world of American politics in the 19th century. So with that, Strat fans, I'll catch you next Monday. Keep it strategic, Strat fans.